Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of BGLF The Odds, sponsored by BGL Financial Freedom. All right, we got June. June is Men's Mental Health Month. I wanted to talk a little bit about that, some of the things that I've gone through, some of us that are all fighting things that go on. I got sent this the other day by a buddy of mine. I wanted to start off by reading this. I think it's kind of important. All right, this message was sent to me. It says, "I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of all the battles you've suffered through and won. I'm proud of you for pushing through all the things you chose not to talk about. Keep moving forward, bro. The world is a better place with you in it. Your presence is a blessing to so many people." I think everybody needs to hear that from time to time. The next thing I want to read you is something that came across my desk in the last few days and kind of hit home. Those of you that know my story of, my high school days and all that, it says, "Nobody grinds harder than a man who's tasted failure, pain, rejection, loss, disrespect, loneliness, and heartbreak at a young age. Use all that pain as your fuel. Keep going. Do your best." Thought those were pretty powerful statements. I wanted to share that, and that kind of inspired me to do a podcast on mental health this month. Being mental health. I read something the other day that said it doesn't matter. It's not about what you're capable of doing. It matters what you're willing to do. And I think that has to do with so much of us of how we feel and how we do things. I look at the lowest I look back on the lowest parts of my life, and there was times I was suicidal. There were times that I didn't know if I could make it through another day. They're all circumstances that I put myself in, but sometimes we just don't see that there's a way out. And that's why suicide is so rampant in our country. There's people that just don't feel like they have hope to do anything. And I'm here as a testament that we can push through those things. No matter how bad it is or how bad we feel at the time, there's always a new day. And something that I've had to learn through my life is, from failing over and over and over again, is just ask yourself, did I do my best today? Because your best is always going to be enough. We may not always have the outcome that we want, but it makes things a lot easier to know that, hey, I did the best that I could today. Did I get a little bit better today? And those are the things that'll help you cope through the things that are really hard in life. I've had times where I just didn't feel like I was going to be able to make it through. I've lost a house, foreclosure, having somebody knock on my door and tell me that you have 2 weeks to get out. I was a single dad at the time with two kids that were 5 and 8 years old. I mean, trying to figure that out, I had to go back on food stamps as an adult. Those are all things that make you question your mental capacity to handle things. So life goes in phases, and you can't let the ups and the downs, you know, get too big or too low. And that's one of the things that I've learned throughout my years of just dealing with tons of struggle is that just focus on what you can do and focus on if you're doing your best. And write down your goals. Like, hey, I don't want to feel like this today. And then figure out what it takes to not feel that way. Does that mean that you got to reach out to somebody that can help you not feel that way? There's tons of resources out there. There's tons of things of people that are willing to help you if you're just struggling. Listen to podcasts on motivation or what motivates you, or just go outside and go for a walk. If you love nature, then go be in touch with nature. But do something to reprogram your brain of how you're feeling. You need a pattern interrupt when you're having a constant feeling of stress and a constant feeling of anxiety and a constant feeling of being brought down. You got to do a reset on your body and your brain. That could mean some of us go to the gym to handle stress and pain. Some of us go for a walk. Some of us sit down and watch a movie. There's all kinds of types of things, but you got to know yourself of what's going to help you get back out of that. Sometimes it's calling a friend, and you don't want to just dump all over them, but you want to figure out what that looks like so that they can help you get back on track. They can help you laugh, and we all have people like that in our lives. And if you don't, then let's help you find some of those people. Let's help you find people that you can listen to and people that are going to be there for you when you need them. I know that the more I've learned about myself, the less depression I've had in my life because I know my mindset is that I can do more. And I feel like, there's so many different things. You got to find what works for you. I love personal development books. I love listening to podcasts every day. I have my people that I love to listen to. You know, I love listening to Ed Milet when I'm stressed. I like listening to him. Just his perspective on the world. He's a year older than me, so his perspectives are a lot similar to mine as where I'm at in my age. I love listening to Gary Vee. If you don't know who that is, his perspectives on life are amazing. And just figure out what fuels you. Figure out what's going to help you get out of the funk. I i used to call it the vortex. The vortex of spinning around like you're in a, those cartoons when the water would be swirling around and the victims would be going down and waiting for the superhero to come and rescue them. Like stay out of the vortex. When you start to feel like you're getting triggered, like you're going to start to fall into a little depression or you're just not feeling it, learn yourself to lead yourself, and being aware of, hey, I'm starting to feel this way, and knowing that you got to make a pattern interrupt is a game changer. It was a game changer for me. I know when I'm stressed out during the day, I have a park in front of my house. I go for a walk, and it may only be a 10-minute walk, but it's just getting out and putting something positive in my headphones and just thinking like, hey, I got this. Hey, that was a temporary thing. I know that that's not going to get me down or control my day. And those are the things that you gotta learn. If you're struggling with those, figure out what works for you. Figure out what's going to be the game changer in your life to help you do what you want to accomplish. And I think writing down your goals every day, you know, I've been at a place in my life where I didn't have any goals because I was that depressed. I just felt beat down, and life can do that to you if you let it. I let it. I let it happen to me. And so being able to figure that out and what that looks like and get help from someone that believes in you. Sometimes you need someone that believes in you more than you believe in yourself. And find those people. Find those people that are going to lift you up, pull you back out of the vortex, as they say. So think about what you can control. Things that we can control is we can control our focus, we can control our discipline, we can control our mindset, we can control our effort, and all those things are going to control our confidence that, hey, I can do this today. I can do hard things. In my one of my last speeches I did at the high school, it says the hardest thing that I've ever done is not the hardest thing I'm capable of. So we know we can do hard things, or we wouldn't still be here in today's world. And I feel like that's a big thing for us. So just know that your best is always going to be enough, and just focus on that. I do my best today, and if you didn't, that's okay. We always have tomorrow. And get up with intentionality. So do y'all know what the difference between motivation and discipline is? Motivation's when you say the night before, I'm going to get up and go to the gym at 4 o'clock. Discipline's when your alarm clock goes off and you get up. See, we can be motivated all we want, but we got to get disciplined enough to do the things that we want. And to do those things and to function at a high level, we can't be stressed out. We can't be, we got to have our mental our mental well-being where it needs to be to function at a high level. So just focus on your health, your mental health. Without those two things, you got really at the end of the day, you got nothing because you don't have anything to give and you don't have anything to do. So if you're struggling right now, figure out how to get your mind right and get your body right. You know, you guys know my story from my fitness journey over the last 24 months. I've lost 30 pounds. You know, I was borderline diabetic. I was borderline high blood pressure, cholesterol, all those things. I'm not on any medications. You know, I got disciplined. I got disciplined on me. I owe me at the end of the day. You owe you. You owe yourself health. You owe yourself the discipline to keep yourself healthy. And I understand cancer happens. I understand there's all these bad things that happen, and it's awful. But control the controllables. You can control if you exercise every day, and that could mean just walking around the block or the park, like I talked about. Start somewhere, but start taking care of your body and your mind. If you can do those two things, you can accomplish anything that you want in this world. I truly believe that. It's your mindset and how you feel. And you got to fill your own cup up so you can help fill anybody else's up. If you're a parent, if you have siblings, if you have, you know, your parents, some of us are helping take care of our grandparents and our parents at this point of our lives. You know, so for us to be able to do that, we gotta make sure our mind's right and our body's right. So guys out there, you need help, you need anything, like comment, reach out to who your sphere of circle is that you know can help you. And if you're not feeling it and you're not believing in yourself, then steal that belief from someone else that does believe in you. Because there's plenty of people that do believe in you. I wouldn't be making this video right now if I didn't believe in everybody. I believe that we can all do more than what we're doing. And those of us that are struggling right now, I believe that we can pull back out of it. I know we can because I've done it over and over every time. You know, it's not like I just got depressed once in my life. I've been depressed plenty of times in my life, but I get depressed less and less now that I get older because I know how to handle it and I know how to create patterns in my life so that I don't get depressed. You can handle a lot more. So keep growing yourself and just knowing that you are made for more than how you feel when you're depressed. You know, God didn't make you to feel depressed all the time. He makes you to feel that way to teach you lessons, to make you stronger so you can accomplish more things in life. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And just push through that pain. You are made for greatness. You are meant for more. That's all I got today. Go be great today. Take care of your mind and your body.